Okay, so first thing in the morning, you start with steamed greens. Very easy, takes 5 minutes to make. 5 minutes. Here, you take this pot, a large pot on the stove. You take a steamer, something like this that fits in the bottom of the pot, so that when you fill it with water, you only fill it to the bottom of this item, so that the water does not come up into your greens. When that's full, you dump your greens in there. It's almost full. Here it comes. You can see it down there. It's filling, it's filling. You really don't need a lot of water. See that? Maybe an inch. It's already overflowing. That's too much water because I'm busy making a video. Pour a little bit out. Open this back up. There you go. That's plenty good. Gets a little wet, no big deal. You put this on the stove. Put this on the stove and you turn it on. And you blast the heat as high as it'll go. You take your fancy schmancy lid. You plop your lid on top and you give it about 5 minutes to boil, and then it'll start steaming. When it steams, you only want to steam it about 3 to 5 minutes. You'll start to get the hang of it. What's on my finger? 3 to 5 minutes tops. You'll get the hang of it. When it's done, you just pull the thing off. All right, first you got to put the greens in there. Let's get some greens. Boom. We're going to do collards today. This may seem like a lot of work, but it's not. Okay, so here's how we do it. While this is starting to boil, you take whatever rubber band off of here, throw it out, and you go get your garbage pail. And you can save the rubber band, like I do, in a drawer. And then you take leafy greens. You grab them like so. Here's the stem. You're not going to eat the stem. You're not going to steam the stem. You can, but that's a whole lot of work, and they don't chew very well. You grab it at the end, you pull. There's the stem, garbage. This leafy green goes right into the steamer, right on top of the steamer. Of that. All right, so the leafy greens go in there. We've got the boil. This is a very quick thing. You pull these off, you put them in. Well, bam, you put them in. There's one reason I love collard greens, in addition to the taste and jam-packed nutrition. If a tiny bit of the stem that's in there, don't worry about it. When it's in your plate, if it's too hard to chew, don't eat it. No big a deal. I just take these, I don't spend too much time, done. There's a whole pack of collard greens in there. How long did that get all? Right, there's collard greens. You grab your lid, you go finish getting dressed for work or school or whatever the heck else you got to do. Put the garbage pail back. You come back in 5 minutes. Let's see, timer. How do we set a timer on this thing? I don't know. You say, okay, Google, call me back in 5 minutes. And then boom, or okay, Google, wake me up in 5 minutes. Bam. And there you are. You come back, and then I'll show you how to steam them or how to drain them. Oh, in the meantime, get yourself one of these doohickeys. Find one. You probably got one in your kitchen somewhere. When they're done, you just take them out and you put them in this bowl right here. You take these, and then you get this special ingredient, which is not just for show and it's not just for taste. It has no oil. Be careful here. It's got to be organic because you don't want any other garbage in your system. You're trying to heal and excel. You want organic balsamic vinegar. Nothing added. The ingredients are very difficult to read, so I'll just tell you what the heck they are. It's just organic, grapes or whatever the heck they put in here. So the reason you want this is Dr. Esselstyn and other doctors say that this brings out extra. I spoke to him myself. All right, so I've spoken to Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn myself. He is one of the leaders on the forefront, on the cutting edge of eating healthy like this, whole food plant diets. He says that when you put organic balsamic vinegar onto steamed greens, it increases the amount of nutrients that are coming to the forefront. You have to look it up and find out the detail. I can send you a package. But this makes your absorption of nutrients, micronutrients, more efficient. So when you're eating this way, you've got to make sure what your goal is to eat efficiently so that everything you eat, you're getting the maximum nutrients from this food. Nothing artificial, no, oh, I need a coffee to stay awake. Bullshit. You don't need anything except leafy greens. You need beans, berries, and fruit, cruciferous vegetables, leafy vegetables, and other vegetables, including potatoes, yes, indeed. You need whole grains, a little bit of vitamin B12 in the form of nutritional yeast or beets or other things too. Or you could take a vitamin B supplement, but honestly, I find that I am just fine eating beets and all these vegetables and nutritional yeast, flaxseed, black seed, whole grain oats. Get exercise and drink as much water as you can in between meals. Now, you might want to eat more often because you're not bloating yourself, perhaps, the way you used to. You may not bloat yourself at all. You may be a skinny person who's unhealthy because you're not getting enough nutrients. This is the cure for most of what ails humans. Why? Because we keep shoving the wrong gasoline into the wrong vehicle. All right, we're putting the wrong oil into the wrong machine. We're putting the wrong foods into this human body. When we eat sugar, salts, fats, all kinds of supplements and other foods, they're just garbage. Garbage. Why am I ranting like this? Because I have a camera and I feel like, oh, look at me, I'm on camera. All right, but this is the deal. It takes you like 3 minutes to do what I just did. You put it on the pot, you put it in the pot, you let it boil, you go do something else. Right now I'm screwing off making a video, but you wait a few minutes and all of a sudden, it's almost done. All right, so a couple more minutes from now, this food is done. I'm going to take it out. Again, I'm going to take it out of here and I'm going to put it into this bowl. And then I'm going to pour this balsam. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. You don't want to drink this stuff. I've tried. It was dumb. And, yeah, I ended up getting health problems. That was a long time ago, and I did it once. It was stupid. But, so this on top of the greens, and you're good to go. Another trick is if you really are feeling like, hey, I need some extra energy today, you get oats. Oats, baby. These are oats, okay? What you buy in boxes of cereal and what you buy that's already made, or you buy in quick oats or other things that have anything other than just organic oats, then it's not oats. It's not a whole food anymore. We're talking whole food plant, people. That's what we are, whole food plant people. You take a few of these and you sprinkle them on top of your leafy steamed greens with balsamic vinegar. And believe you me, like a gross breakfast, man, you get the hang of this, you are craving this stuff. You can sprinkle a little bit of nutritional yeast on there, a little bit of flaxseed, tiny bit of black seed, and I'm going to send you all the details based on Dr. Esselstyn's work, Dr. Campbell, I believe it is, who did the China study. You want to read that, and also Dr. Gregor, Gregor, who has the what does he call it? The Daily Dozen. So this is my combination of the three of those powerhouse leading scientists / doctors who have found ways to reverse heart disease, cure and prevent things like diabetes, health problems of all kinds. I'm 50 years old. I feel more resilient in my muscles than I ever have. Like, just bouncy. I feel like bouncy like a teenager again. Like, boom, baby, I'm ready to go. So, I lost, I don't know, I was up to 261 pounds. Now, this is not all about weight loss. You skinny people need to listen to this. My body was off balance. And in my case, my body put on a lot of extra weight. In some cases, people's bodies lose a lot of weight. Either way, you need to get to homeostasis, which is balance. If you're off one way or the other, too heavy, too thin, not enough nutrients, too many nutrients, too much sugar, salt, fat, not enough food, like, you've got to balance. And this is the quickest way you can get started. So by preparing your food ahead of time, you can have all of these in little containers, smaller containers covered up, so that you just reach into the fridge, grab something. If you're going to school, you're going to work, you just grab them and put them in your bag. They're not cheeseburgers. They're not made of eggs or milk. They're not going to go bad in the next hour. You put them in your bag, you take them, later on you pull them out, you have a little snack. You have a salad with steamed greens, beans that you made, and I'll show you how to make those. All you do is get yourself an Instant Pot or any kind of pressure cooker, and man, it is easy. This thing is so easy. Just hit beans. You don't even have to hit start. So now our leafy greens are done. It's 10 minutes, and I've just been wasting time. So if I was going to work or going to school, I would have had my shoes on, I would have had my bed packed, I would have had everything ready to go. Now for these steamed leafy greens, I can tell because the steam is coming out really strong. I can see that visually, and I can hear it to where this is really making a lot more noise in there. And it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm going to be careful. I'm going to take this off because that's steam. That's hot steam in there. I don't want to burn myself every time I go to eat. Look at these. They're fresh. They're green. They're full of green. They're not overcooked. You don't want to leave these in there too long because then they'll lose their color, which means they've lost their flavor and they've lost their nutrients. Look at that. What human being doesn't say, oh my God, that's food? When I was at a party the other day. Everybody was drinking and eating, the standard sugar, salt, fat meals. I opened up my meal and I was standing in the kitchen and all these people came over. They were just examining, oh my God, what is that? All I had was natural foods. I had beans, berries, and fruit. Cruciferous, leafies, and other vegetables. Cruciferous is like broccoli and stuff. So anyway, this is done. And I'm telling you, when the human body starts seeing and smelling real food, the only thing is yourself. Because of all the media that you've been pummeled with. Me too. I'm 50 years old. It took me this long to figure out how to eat real food. Now you take this. Little bit of balsamic. This is what Dr. Esselstyn calls anointing your food. Okay, he doesn't do that noise, but you take this, you just sprinkle it. That's it. This is how much is on there. All right, a little bit of sprinkle of balsamic. Then you take those oats. Oh yeah, let me grab the oats. Boom. If you want to get real creative, you can chop up, like pieces of apple that you've washed and things like that. Anyway, here's like a half a handful. I call it a half a handful because I could fit a lot more in here if I really grabbed a handful of oats. But you don't need them. Where the hell's let me get this camera. See, that's like half a handful for me. So do a half a handful for yourself. Then just sprinkle them all over. Sprinkle them all over. That's it. Now you got yourself a salad. You grab yourself a fork. Grab yourself a fork. You could put pepper on there, crushed pepper. You could put, we have a whole thing of spices. Like you could put natural herbs and stuff, but you don't need it. You just take this. Here's breakfast, man. You want to eat and you want to like the human being that you can without all these limitations of, oh, I'm tired. Oh, my lungs are swollen and inflamed. And oh, my eyes and oh, my heart. My muscles. I just don't want to. I'm depressed. Like all this crap is because we've been fed bullshit in the way of media. Marketing for those who say, you could grow your own food, but don't because I have something better for you. Come on over here and pay me a whole lot of money to give you this much nutrition and this much garbage. That's what we're doing. So if we wake up and we stop paying for garbage and we just grow our own foods, we're happy and healthy people. Whole food plant people. Thanks for listening.